Again, I'm on, I guess, what you would call like the far north side of town right now. Yeah, this intersection's real slushy. Yeah, South Street. One thing I will say too, there's not much traffic going on. I just stopped somewhere to pick something up, and I was pretty much like the only person in the store in a place that would normally be busier than what it was, and there's like no traffic going on. I mean, South Street's not exactly like a real busy road or anything, but there's only one other car like all the way down at the end of the road right now besides me. Yeah, this ain't like dangerous, but there's definitely a good amount of snow on the road here. But then, let's take a, excuse me, taking a left. This is 6th Avenue right here. I mean, yeah, this is not been touched, really. I don't think, besides cars driving through it. And then there's a lot of leaves on the road, too, because I think they were doing, like, the leaf removal. So there's a lot of spots where there's big piles of leaves that are just covered in snow now, which, yeah. Yeah, there's a good amount of snow on this road. Snow is coming down decent right now. It's not heavy, but it's steady. I mean, yeah, you can hear me. And this is like a brand new vehicle that I'm driving, but it's spinning the tires a lot. And like I said earlier, I pretty much got stuck in the middle of the road on a side street on the south side of town. And have talked to some other folks that I know that are in the area, and they're having the same issues. Like, cars are getting stuck all over the place. Seeing lots of accidents in like higher traffic areas, cars off the road, all that fun stuff. Now this is North Street. See, now I'm driving eastbound, like due east right now. And it seems to be, I seem to be driving into the snow now that I've turned in this direction. And the lake is directly east of here, Lake Michigan. So that would indicate possibly we have some lake effect going on. Lake effect snow, for those of you that don't know, I mean, if you're watching this and you live in southeastern Wisconsin, you probably know what lake effect snow is. If you don't live anywhere by like Lake Michigan or one of the Great Lakes, you probably don't know. But that's just a phenomena. So, you know, like meteorology 101 here. Our atmosphere in the United States, things tend to move west to east, just the jet stream, right? And Lake Michigan is the eastern boundary of the state of Wisconsin. So like Racine, Kenosha, you know, Green Bay, Milwaukee, all of the towns that are on the Lake Michigan shore are essentially bordered to the east by the lake. But when you have these snowstorms that come in from the west, when they hit the Lake Michigan shore, the majority of the time, I mean, sometimes the lake freezes over completely. I mean, it's frozen over completely like a couple times ever in history. I mean, Lake Michigan is too big to freeze over unless it's really cold for a long time. Here's a lot of snow right here. Yeah. But as I was saying, Lake Michigan most of the time does not freeze over, or doesn't really freeze up at all in milder winters. And so you have all this water that's always warmer than 32 degrees, obviously, because it's not frozen. We're on Erie Street now, heading south, actually, if you care to know. But as I was saying, so the lake's always got all the, it's a massive body of water that's almost always going to be warmer than the air when it's snowing out. So just the clashing of the weather systems being introduced to all the warm air that's coming off of the water creates a phenomena where, I'm not a meteorologist, but like it's almost like halting the storm and increasing the intensity of it, where it'll just get really heavy snowfall right at the edge of the lake that comes inland, a mile or two or a few miles, I'm doing a terrible job of trying to explain this. I mean, I know what I mean. A lot of people that are listening probably understand what I mean, but it's just, the term lake effect snow is a system hits the warmer air from the lake and it creates a whole bunch more snow that lingers around sometimes, like even way past when the rest of the storm is done, and can lead to some really intense snowfalls right at the shore of Lake Michigan on the east side of the lake, which is where I am. There you go. And sometimes you'll have a foot of snow right at the Lake Michigan shore and a couple inches a few miles inland. It can be that extreme. So yeah, so Erie Street, we're kind of seeing the wrath of it here. This block is plowed, but the last few blocks were not, and we're kind of rough.